Before we get started about From, because I know the fans want to hear a lot about From, I want to learn a little bit about you. And I wanted to know, was acting something you were interested in at a young age, or was it something that you recently started to pursue?
No, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be an actor. I just couldn't see myself doing anything else. I mean, every time I watched a movie or a TV show, I thought it'd be cool to be part of something like that. That would bring as much joy, inspiration, and entertainment to others as much as it did myself. I just couldn't see myself doing anything else, and I just love it.
Looking at your background, I see that you did a program at the Toronto Academy of Acting for Film and Television, which was pretty cool. Can you tell us a little bit what that program was like and what was it like being there?
Sure, it was a 4-month intensive program that taught auditioning techniques, script interpretation, and the business side of the business too, like the business itself. It was intense and difficult at first, but over time it helped me come more and more out of my shell, and I got more comfortable as time went, and just got more comfortable being in front of the camera for auditions, and it was pretty cool.
It's interesting, man. I watch a lot of shows from Canada, and there's a lot of talent that comes from Canada. I know it's kind of a broad question, but why do you think there's so much talent in that area?
Well, I believe Canada is a wonderful country to call home. No, not just because of people you meet or just I believe it's a wonderful country to call home, not just because of all the majestic sights you get to see, but also the people you meet, as well as the opportunities that can be found here to help talented, inspired, and passionate artists pursue their dreams.
I'm curious, when it comes to From, how did you find out about that particular job? Was it something that your manager came to you with, or how'd that happen?
Actually, I looked at it through a casting website here in Halifax. And so I saw the opportunity and I clicked on it and applied, and sure enough, I was fortunate enough to be accepted.
Now, did you do a self-tape, or was it an in-person audition, or how did that work? And how was that?
Actually, it was a background role at first, or I should just say it was a background role, so there was no audition or self-tape required. So I applied and I got picked.
It's interesting. Was the character, like when you got there, was the character kind of described to you what it would be like on the series, or is it something you just jumped right into?
So the role, as creatures, we were told to just simply walk and appear menacing. There was no huge, broad description or specific description as such. So it was pretty cool overall.
From has become a really huge show already in its first season, and I want to know, for you, what was it like stepping on that set for the very first time?
So my first day on set, I was pretty nervous and excited. As filming progressed, I became excited with every day, more and more. I mean, whenever I'm called to being on set, I look forward to it, knowing I'll be working with people who are wonderful at what they do and amazing to work with and be around. So, yes, at first I was pretty nervous, but as time grew, I just became more excited and enthusiastic with each day, and I'm glad to have met everyone I've worked with there.
It's interesting. The fans have really flocked to this character, and they've nicknamed him Smiley because of the creepy smile. Was that something that you came up with, or was that something that the creators told you guys to do?
So that's actually pretty funny, or interesting, I should say. So one night on set, someone from the crew asked where Smiling Guy was. I mean, we were all given specific descriptions, so we were all looking around. No one knew who was being addressed. It's like, Smiling Guy, who? Then sure enough, we then realized it was me as I was asked to come forward. So I think the nickname Smiley actually is thanks to the fans.
That's so awesome. um, what I love about these creatures is like they never really run. And they're just like so smooth and menacing, but they never run. Is that something that makes them more menacing and more creepy? Would you agree with that?
Oh, I would say slow and deliberate, way more menacing. It builds, in my opinion, it builds more suspense and it just increases the fear of the characters as well as people watching it. You can get, and to that, I thank the creative minds on From.
It's interesting. I guess one of the most important questions fans want to know, and I don't know if you know, do you know if you'll be back or not for the second season now that it has been renewed for a second season?
So as for coming back, I can't comment at this time, at this moment, right now. But that said, if they do choose to welcome me back, I would be more than honored to come back. I really enjoyed my time there.
It's interesting when I'm on social media and they're talking about this character, the fans seem to fall into two groups. Either they're fascinated by this character or they're absolutely terrified by this character. What are your thoughts about that? And are you surprised by how this character has become such a fan favorite?
Well, I do agree with you. The creature being viewed as both terrifying and fascinating can go either way or both. So, but that said, I had no idea it would be so popular. I had no idea it would be a fan favorite until I joined the Facebook group on From, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, they mentioned this character. It's like, oh wow, okay. So it was a surprise, but as much fun. I really, really enjoyed my time on From, but I had no idea it would become such a sensation to fans.
When I interviewed John Griffith, the creator of the series, he told me that, and he also called you Smiley Guy, but he said that there was no CGI enhancement for that smile of yours. That's just all natural. Is that true?
The smile is all me. There's no CGI whatsoever. Just smile, look creepy. And now, that said, there is no CGI. However, for adding to that look, I can thank the hair and makeup people for that.
What would you like to say to the fans who have like just embraced this character already and hope that it comes back in season two? What would you like to say to the fans?
So, to all the fans, I just want to say thank you very much for all the wonderful things you've said, not just about me, but the show itself. You all helped make this possible. Whether I'm back or not, I hope you keep watching the show and have as much of a thrill seeing it as I did while being on set. Everyone on Team From is professional, polite, and supportive. They're a great group to work with. And once again, I cannot thank you enough for watching the show and all your support with me as well as the show itself. Thank you very much. Keep watching and keep having fun.